In 2025, a quiet panic began rippling through the finance community. It started with a headline that spread like wildfire across LinkedIn and Reddit: AI model outperforms Wall Street analysts. A few shrugged it off, assuming it was clickbait. But for others, especially students burning midnight oil for their CFA exams, it felt like a gut punch. Imagine you're one of them. You've spent years memorizing valuation methods, learning ethics frameworks, practicing for hours to interpret balance sheets, and now a piece of code can do parts of your job faster than you. You pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this what the end of my career looks like before it even starts? That's where this story begins, not with fear, but with the reality of transformation. The question isn't, will AI replace CFA professionals? The real question is, how can you, as someone building a career in finance, become indispensable in a world where AI is everywhere? Because this isn't just another hype cycle. It's the biggest technological shift since the invention of the spreadsheet. And it's going to separate those who merely pass exams from those who lead the future of finance. Now, let's rewind a few decades. The year is 1982. Accountants are panicking because a new tool called the electronic spreadsheet just entered the scene. For many, it felt like a death sentence. If computers could do in seconds what they spent hours calculating, what would happen to their jobs? But history surprised everyone. Instead of replacing accountants, spreadsheets made them more valuable. They spent less time adding numbers and more time interpreting them, helping businesses make smarter decisions. That moment set a pattern. Every time technology arrives, it replaces routine, not relevance. The professionals who learn to use the tool, rather than fear it, end up dominating. Fast forward to today. The same story is repeating, but the stakes are much higher. AI isn't just a faster calculator. It's a reasoning machine. It can analyze trends, detect anomalies, write reports, and even simulate investment strategies. It doesn't get tired, doesn't take weekends off, and doesn't charge overtime. The fear is valid, but the story doesn't end there. Because what AI doesn't have, and likely never will, is human judgment, trust, and ethics. Let's break this down through a real experiment. In 2024, researchers ran a challenge where large language models, systems like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, were asked to act as financial analysts. They gave each model access to earnings reports, balance sheets, and market data, then asked it to produce forecasts and SWOT analyses for major companies. The results were shocking. AI models often identified patterns that human analysts missed, like subtle shifts in inventory turnover or emerging supplier risks buried deep in disclosures. In raw analytical speed, they were unbeatable. But when human analysts reviewed the reports, they noticed something eerie. AI's logic was often impeccable, but contextually blind. It couldn't sense when a CEO was exaggerating during an earnings call. It couldn't detect nervous laughter in an interview or interpret what strategic restructuring really implied about layoffs. One analyst summed it up perfectly: "AI saw the data, I saw the people." That's the line that defines this era. Let's talk about Sarah. She's a 24-year-old CFA Level 2 candidate from London, working as a junior analyst at a mid-tier investment firm. She's smart, driven, and terrified of being replaced. When her team started testing ChatGPT for research tasks, she noticed it could summarize reports, calculate ratios, and draft memos in seconds, tasks she'd been doing manually for months. One night, frustrated, she stayed back at the office and decided to test it. She gave ChatGPT a recent earnings call transcript and asked for key insights. Within minutes, it produced a neat summary with sentiment analysis. Impressed, she almost felt defeated. Then she dug deeper. The AI had completely missed a subtle red flag: the CEO's casual mention of temporary liquidity adjustments. Sarah, who'd been following the company for months, knew that phrase hinted at a hidden cash crunch. That was the moment it clicked. The AI was brilliant at gathering data, but blind to intuition. From that day, she stopped treating AI as competition and started using it as a collaborator. Now, she feeds the AI tasks like data extraction and trend detection while she focuses on interpretation, strategy, and client communication. Her output tripled, and her insights got sharper. Sarah didn't get replaced. She got upgraded. But the truth is, not everyone will adapt as she did. Let's be brutally honest, many roles in finance are at risk. Data gathering? Almost fully automatable. Financial modeling? Halfway there. Risk simulations, variance analysis, and repetitive compliance tasks. AI can already do those. According to Deloitte's 2025 report, nearly 35% of entry-level analytical work can now be automated with AI. So yes, some junior roles may shrink. But here's the paradox: as machines take over repetitive work, the demand for interpreters, humans who can understand and communicate what AI finds, will explode. Firms need professionals who can question AI's logic, validate its outputs, and translate them into strategic decisions. In other words, the finance world doesn't need fewer CFAs, it needs smarter ones. Credentials like CFA or ACCA have never been just about knowledge. They're about trust. When clients or employers see those letters after your name, it tells them you understand not only numbers, but the ethics and judgment behind them. AI can process data, but it can't own integrity. It can write an investment memo, but it can't stand in front of a board and defend it under pressure. It can predict trends, but it can't reassure a nervous investor during a market crash. That human element, empathy, accountability, credibility, is your competitive moat. And let's not forget, AI isn't flawless. Financial models built on data can be dangerously persuasive but misleading. In early 2025, an AI-driven trading system misread geopolitical signals and triggered a chain of algorithmic trades that cost a hedge fund over $40 million. The system did what it was told, but not what was right. When regulators investigated, they found no human oversight during the event. That's where you come in. The CFA Institute's core emphasis on ethics and governance isn't a relic, it's the future. As AI takes over the mechanics, humans will guard the meaning. Consider another case: Ravi, an ACCA-qualified professional in Singapore. His firm implemented an AI audit assistant that could scan invoices and detect anomalies automatically. Within weeks, half his manual workload vanished. His colleagues panicked, but Ravi saw an opportunity. He started focusing on what AI couldn't do: interviewing clients, assessing intent, and analyzing behavior behind transactions. Soon, he became the AI translator for his firm, someone who could explain machine insights to non-technical executives. Within 6 months, he was promoted to lead a hybrid audit team. His salary jumped by 40%. The technology that scared him at first became the very reason he accelerated his career. And that's the point so many people miss. AI doesn't replace professionals, it replaces those unwilling to evolve. The future finance professional won't just be a number cruncher. They'll be part analyst, part strategist, part storyteller. The ones who thrive will be those who understand how to talk to machines and humans. So, if you're studying for your CFA or ACCA right now, here's the truth: your technical knowledge is your foundation, but your judgment, creativity, and adaptability will be your edge. Let's get practical. If you want to future-proof your finance career, start doing 5 things right now. First, become AI fluent. You don't need to code, but you must know how AI tools think. Learn prompt engineering, understand their limits, and test them in your daily work. Treat them like junior analysts. Second, sharpen your judgment. Start reading between the lines. When AI gives you a report, ask, why might this be wrong? What did it miss? Third, invest in communication. Data means nothing if you can't explain it with conviction. Fourth, find your niche. AI thrives on big, clean datasets. But there are fields, like ESG, behavioral finance, or emerging markets, where human insight still reigns. Specialize where data is messy. Fifth, build your personal brand. Share insights online, write analysis threads, teach others what you're learning. In the AI era, visibility equals credibility. The irony is that AI is making human connection more valuable than ever. Employers are now looking for people who can manage AI-driven workflows, audit automated decisions, and ensure ethical compliance. Those who blend technical competence with emotional intelligence will dominate. The CFA Institute itself has started integrating data science and AI topics into its syllabus, proof that even the world's most prestigious finance body is evolving with the times. So, will AI replace CFA professionals? No. But it will replace those who act like machines. The days of hiding behind Excel sheets and doing copy-paste analysis are over. The next generation of finance leaders will be hybrids, fluent in both data and dialogue, strategy and storytelling. And maybe that's the most exciting part. Because for the first time, technology isn't just rewarding those who memorize the most, it's rewarding those who think the best. AI can replicate logic, but not wisdom. It can imitate language, but not trust. It can generate predictions, but not conviction. So, the next time someone says, AI will replace CFAs, smile and tell them this: no, it will replace the ones who stop learning. The rest of us? We'll be too busy leading the transformation. And as you close this video, remember this simple truth: make AI your weapon, not your executioner. The future of finance won't be man versus machine. It'll be man amplified by machine. And those who understand that will write the next chapter of this industry, one that's faster, smarter, and more human than ever before.